Welcome to the Real Japan podcast.
Hello there.
If you're curious about experiencing Japan, maybe beyond the really well-trodden tourist paths, you've definitely come to the right place today.
Yeah, we're looking at something a bit different.
We are. Today, we're embarking on, well, a deep dive into some truly distinctive ways to connect with Japanese art and culture.
Things you might not find easily on your own.
Exactly. Our exploration today is inspired by some recent travels and also some really remarkable opportunities highlighted over on therealjapan.com. And for even more in-depth information and, to explore these experiences yourself, you should definitely visit therealjapan.com.
Right. So what we're talking about are ways to get a more sort of personal and hands-on appreciation for Japan's heritage.
Yes. Think of this as your exclusive glimpse, maybe, behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Into the workshops and traditions that really shape the essence of Japanese artistry.
It's about getting involved, isn't it? Not just watching. We're moving beyond simply observing beautiful objects or, going on standard tours.
We're focusing on opportunities that actually let you participate, to understand the dedication and the often intricate processes behind these art forms.
Yeah, fostering a richer, more embodied understanding of the culture.
Exactly. Embodied is a good word for it.
And this whole exploration, it really kicked off thinking about the experiences of Rob Dyer, the founder of therealjapan.com.
Ah, right.
He and his wife, they're both really interested in architecture. They recently spent, I think, 3 months in Japan.
Wow, 3 months. That's a proper trip.
It really is. And while, their architectural explorations were no doubt fascinating, they also sort of rediscovered a platform called Wabunka. They'd actually come across it maybe a year or so before.
Wabunka. Okay. What's their focus?
Well, what's compelling is Wabunka's stated aim, and these are their words, not ours, is to pull back the curtain on the real Japan.
Interesting phrase. Pull back the curtain.
Yeah, by offering privileged access to artisans and some really unique cultural encounters. Okay, so this idea of Wabunka being a kind of carefully curated gateway to the heart of Japan, it suggests something more than just sightseeing, doesn't it?
It really does. Their whole emphasis seems to be on, hand-picked partnerships and negotiating access that you just wouldn't normally get. It points towards a much more a profound and intimate way to travel.
Right. It's setting itself apart from, say, the big online platforms where you might find more, generic tours.
Absolutely. It's making that distinction. Wabunka's experiences seem really thoughtfully designed, contrasting with those broader offerings. We're talking about going beyond the surface level, really immersing yourself,
Immersing in the artistry and the enduring traditions, the things that really form the bedrock of Japanese culture.
Yes. And here's where it gets particularly insightful, I think. This exclusive access often gives you a really rare opportunity to actually witness master artisans at work.
Ah, now that's special. Not just seeing the finished product, but the process.
Exactly. Imagine gaining that firsthand understanding of their techniques, their philosophies, maybe even getting glimpses into their way of life.
And that raises a crucial point, doesn't it, about the significance of these kinds of engagements. It's not just for the traveler's own enrichment, is it?
No, not entirely.
It also speaks to the vital role these experiences can play in actually safeguarding these traditions for the future.
That's a great point.
By directly engaging with these artisans and their craft, participants are, in a way, contributing to the ongoing vitality of Japan's artistic legacy.
Precisely. These aren't museum pieces behind glass. They're vibrant living practices. So let's actually delve into some of these experiences that Wabunka makes possible.
Let's do it. Where do we start?
Right. First stop is the Tenin Toshiken knife experience in Kyoto.
Kyoto. Okay. A knife experience. Sounds intense.
It does. It takes place at Kyoto's Natural Whetstone and Hone Museum, which is in Kamioka City. And it sounds incredibly involving. You actually get hands-on.
Oh, really? Like
you craft your own natural whetstone. Then you personally sharpen an engraved Japanese knife on it.
Wow.
And then you get the satisfaction of test cutting with the knife you just sharpened.
Okay. That is hands-on. The connection there is so tangible, isn't it? It's not just admiring a sharp blade. It's understanding the very foundation of its sharpness. The stone itself, and having it at a museum dedicated to whetstones, that really underlines the deep knowledge and appreciation for these tools in Japanese craftsmanship.
And there's actually more depth to it. You also get an exclusive tour led by the museum director, Aki Tanaka.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, where you explore not just traditional Japanese swords and kitchen knives, but also the specialized tools used in, carpentry.
Fascinating. So you see the whole spectrum.
You do. And the truly remarkable part, You leave with the personalized knife you sharpened and the whetstone you crafted.
Now that is a souvenir with a story. A proper takeaway.
Right.
Yeah, that's powerful. It's a physical embodiment of the skills you learned and the artistry you encountered. It turns a memento into something practical, a continuous reminder of the dedication involved. It speaks volumes about the Japanese respect for tools, doesn't it? And the care taken.
Absolutely. Okay, so moving on from sharpening knives, we have a very different but equally immersive experience. Sushi making with a master chef in Tokyo.
Ah, sushi. Always popular. Whereabouts in Tokyo?
This is at Tokyo's Sushi Hazan with Chef Kenichiro Hirai. And it's described specifically as a private edamame sushi making experience.
Hidome sushi, right, the traditional Tokyo style. From the Edo period, using specific preservation techniques for the fish, often.
That's the one. And the private aspect here, I think, is key.
Yeah, that suggests a much more focused, intimate learning environment. You get direct interaction with the chef, presumably.
Exactly. It allows for that. Edamame sushi, with all its history and that emphasis on meticulous preparation, it's just a fascinating way to understand Japanese culinary artistry.
Totally agree. So what do you actually do?
Well, participants get hands-on instruction, creating, I think, up to 10 pieces of nigiri sushi.
10 pieces, okay.
And incredibly, you get the chance to compare your own creations directly with the chef's work.
Oh, brave. A direct comparison, huh?
Yeah.
Humbling, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
You also get lessons in grating fresh wasabi properly
Ah, important.
and learn about its vital role in balancing the flavors and, preserving the freshness. It's those kinds of nuanced details that really lift it beyond just a simple cooking class.
Absolutely. And what's really insightful there is the direct transmission of knowledge from a master. It's a chance to learn not just the how, but the why, the underlying philosophy.
The dedication to precision, the respect for ingredients.
Exactly. That pursuit of culinary excellence that defines the shokunin kishitsu, the artisan spirit, and getting behind-the-scenes access, that's a rare glimpse into the disciplined world of a professional sushi kitchen.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's shift from the vibrant energy of Tokyo to the serene traditions of Kyoto again.
Back to Kyoto. What's next?
We find an authentic, hands-on green tea milling experience in Uji.
Uji. Right, famous for its tea.
World famous. This takes place at Nakamura Tokichi Han, which is this venerable place dating back to 1854.
Wow. 1854, that's some history. Testament to the tradition.
Isn't it? And the setting itself is pretty remarkable. The historic Zushuan tea room. It's a Genroku-era tatami room.
The tatami room, okay.
That was meticulously relocated 150 years ago. A traditional Japanese room with those woven straw mats.
That historical context is just incredible. To be doing a traditional craft in a space that's seen centuries of history, that must really deepen the connection.
I imagine so. And Uji, of course, being globally renowned for its exceptional green tea quality, makes it such a significant place to learn about it.
Definitely. So what's the hands-on part here?
It sounds like a truly immersive encounter. You actually get to grind tencha leaves into matcha using a traditional millstone.
Oh, you grind it yourself with a stone mill.
Yes. Can you imagine the sensory experience? Tencha are those specific shade-grown tea leaves that get ground into the fine green powder we know as matcha.
Right.
And after this hands-on milling, you get to savor both koicha and yusucha teas.
Ah, the thick tea and the thin tea.
Exactly. Koicha is the thick, rich one, and yusuke is the thinner, more common style. And to make it even better, there's a guided tour of their picturesque garden.
Lovely.
Which features this magnificent 200-year-old pine tree, the Horai Funamatsu pine. And you even get to explore the area where they carefully select the precious tea leaves. It feels very holistic.
Oh!
An engagement with the whole art of tea.
Yeah, that act of hand grinding the tencha, that's key, isn't it? To understanding the labor and the sheer care that goes into producing top quality matcha. That direct participation gives you such a profound appreciation for the final cup, way beyond just tasting it. It gives you real insight into the meticulous processes that underpin the whole cultural significance of the Japanese tea ceremony.
Absolutely. Okay, let's transition back to Tokyo for something really unique.
Back to Tokyo again. What have we got?
A private Toyosu Market off-limits tour with a chef guide.
Ooh, Toyosu Market, the big fish market, off-limits tour. Sounds intriguing.
Does it? This is an exclusive chance to explore the wholesale area, which is typically restricted to, industry people.
Right. Getting into the wholesale section of a major market like Toyosu, that gives you an unparalleled look into the real engine room of Japan's food system.
Yeah.
It's where all the freshest catches and produce arrive, where the chefs source their absolute top quality ingredients.
And who better to guide you through this vibrant chaos than an acclaimed chef, Kazuhiko Tajima. He was formerly the chef at the Consulate General of Japan in San Francisco.
Oh, wow. So he really knows his stuff.
You'd think so. You get to witness the market's energy firsthand. You can interact with seafood dealers, observe these incredible fresh catches tuna bonito right up close. And there's even an option to extend the tour and visit the historic Tsukiji Outer Market, too. Explore its history, sample some local delicacies.
Ah, so you get both the modern Toyosu and the historical Tsukiji context.
Exactly. It feels like getting a real insider's perspective on the heart of Tokyo's culinary world.
Yeah, the expertise of a professional chef like Chef Tajima in that setting is just invaluable. He can provide crucial context, explain the different types of seafood, give insights into how these premium ingredients are actually used in Japanese cooking. And that juxtaposition you mentioned, Toyosu and Tsukiji, that gives such a comprehensive understanding of how Tokyo's food culture has evolved and yet still retains its traditions.
Well put. Okay, now for a completely different kind of art form, we have kintsugi.
Ah, kintsugi, the art of golden repair, beautiful stuff.
Yes, repairing traditional ceramics. This experience is in Nihonbashi, Tokyo, at a place called Utsuwa Nihonbashi Muto Store. It's a ceramic shop with a century-long history itself.
100 years, wow. And kintsugi. It's such a deeply philosophical and visually stunning art form, isn't it?
It really is.
That practice of repairing broken pottery with gold or, other precious metals, deliberately highlighting the cracks instead of hiding them, it just perfectly embodies that Japanese aesthetic of wabi-sabi.
Finding beauty in imperfection and transience.
Exactly.
So this particular workshop focuses on a more, let's say, contemporary approach to kintsugi. They use a lacquer substitute and brass powder to mend the broken ceramics.
Okay, so maybe a bit more accessible for a shorter workshop?
Possibly, yeah. But the philosophy is the same, transforming flaws into unique features, adding to the object's story and its beauty, and you get to choose which type of renowned Japanese ceramic you want to restore.
Oh, really? Like what?
Maybe a piece of Arita ware, the delicate porcelain,
Yeah.
or the vibrant colors of Kiyomizu pottery, or perhaps the intricate designs of Kutani ware. Lots of choice.
That's fantastic. Being able to choose makes it very personal.
It does. And for those who want the sort of full traditional experience, there's also an optional session using genuine urushi lacquer.
Ah, the real deal.
Yeah.
Good they offer both.
Yeah. And the really profound thing here, I think, is that you take home your repaired piece. You literally carry away something that embodies that philosophy of embracing imperfections, the beauty of repair.
Absolutely. The act of mending something broken, especially like a cherished ceramic piece, it can be really contemplative, almost therapeutic.
I can imagine.
It gives you such a tangible way to engage with those concepts, resilience, acceptance, finding new beauty in something that might have just been discarded. Offering both the modern and traditional methods is smart, lets people connect with it in a way that suits them.
Agreed. Okay, one final journey for today. We're heading back to Kyoto for a sake tasting experience.
Sake tasting. Excellent. Kyoto's known for its sake, too.
It is. This involves a brewery tour combined with a walking tour of the historic Nishijin district.
Nishijin, isn't that famous for textiles?
Primarily, yes. But this experience highlights its historical connections to sake production as well. It takes place at Kyoto's Sasaki Sake Brewery, which dates back to 1893.
1893, another long history. So Nishijin and sake. That's interesting. It shows how crafts and traditions were often interconnected in Japan, doesn't it?
It really does. Suggests a fascinating history of maybe shared resources or community practices.
Yeah.
So the experience starts with a guided walk through Nishijin, uncovering that sake heritage.
Yeah.
Then you go on a tour of the Sasaki Sake Brewery itself.
See the production process.
Exactly. Witness the traditional methods, learn directly from the skilled artisans, the craftsmen, and then, of course,
The tasting.
the tasting. It culminates in a session featuring, I think, 3 or 4 distinct varieties of their sake,
Nice selection.
including their premium Junmai Daiginjo. And it's thoughtfully paired with complimentary small snacks.
Ah, the pairing is crucial. It really enhances the flavors.
Definitely promises to be an engaging way to deepen your understanding and appreciation for Kyoto's esteemed sake culture. And just a reminder to explore all these incredible cultural experiences further and maybe plan your own journey. you should visit therealjapan.com.
Yeah, understanding that whole brewing process from selecting the rice, the fermentation stages, learning to tell the difference between grades like the refined Junmai Daiginjo, it elevates the tasting far beyond just, knocking back a few samples.
Right. So as you can probably hear, these are definitely not your typical tourist activities, are they?
Not at all.
These bunket experiences, they seem to offer a really profound appreciation for Japan's deeply cherished traditions. So if you, our listener, are yearning to truly experience the beauty, the grace, the timeless allure of these traditions firsthand, then exploring the opportunities available through a bunka, which you can find on therealjapan.com, is definitely something to consider. You can find all the comprehensive details and much more over at therealjapan.com.
Yeah, these meticulously crafted encounters really provide a pathway to move beyond the sort of superficial side of travel.
We really hope this deep dive has offered you a captivating glimpse into some of the truly extraordinary cultural experiences Japan has to offer.
Yeah, hopefully it sparks some ideas.
Remember, these unique opportunities provide a truly personal and enriching way to connect with the very heart of Japanese artistry and tradition.
Absolutely.
For further exploration of these experiences and just a wealth of additional insights into traveling to Japan, please do visit therealjapan.com. Thank you for listening to the Real Japan podcast.